G'day fellas and welcome to A Casted Game. We're on the brand new patch here on the brand new Ancient Spires, which we're going to be talking a little bit about after we introduced our players. So spawning in over on the west side of the map, playing as the English in the color blue, we've got Annyeonghaseyo! That is correct. He's going to be opening up with a double scout. So we're going to be calling him our Korean friend today. Over on the opposite side of the map, playing as the Abbasid dynasty, we've got Amandiel, which is actually just Salami. Who has changed his name once again. So I don't know who Annyeonghaseyo is, but I'm assuming that they're pretty good if they've matched up against Salami. As you guys know, Salami, a top 20 player, pretty darn decent at this game. Now, of course, this map, it is Ancient Spires, a map that, you know, was a little bit notorious in the previous, not the previous seasons, because it wasn't in any previous seasons, but it was one of those maps where it was very, very coin flip based. You could either have a great spawn or a terrible spawn, and then that would often lead to you winning or losing the game. It's been changed though. The reason the way it's been changed is so, as you can see, your town center now spawns within 10 tiles of a pond, and that pond is guaranteed to have 5 shoreline fish in it. No deep sea fish at all. So every single pond is going to have 5 shoreline fish. That is it. So I think Abbasid might actually be a pretty strong pick on this map because it guarantees you that you can expand down towards these lakes. You know, you can come over here, and you can guaranteed get fish from that. So I think it's pretty decent for the Abbasid. And I would be surprised to see Salami here look to try and open up with some big dock booms. I've seen players go for double dock booms before in the first stage. It's a little bit slow to get started, but I think that as the Abbasid dynasty, it's probably one of the civilizations that can get away with it. He started out with a mill, interestingly goes for a couple of villages there on berries. Instead of just under the town center, we do see players do that. And now, villager moving out, it is indeed going to be a dock that comes down for Salami on this south side of the map. So already getting our second dock down here. And I gotta say, I love this map. I absolutely love this map. So Ancient Spires, of course, are definitely a good Chinese map because, I mean, China, they just love those maps that go a little bit longer than others. But, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how this map plays out. Interestingly here, we've got what appears to be a pond, but you will know that units can walk across here. So it's a bit like a shallow. So it's not necessarily going to be easy to wall across this position and create that choke point. It's going to be a little bit harder to do it. And that kind of looks like a bit of a starfish, doesn't it? The way that it's sort of shaped. I can see the legs that it's got there, a little bit of a head up that way. Did this one? No, this one just looks like Ditto from Pokemon. But, but Annyeonghaseyo, our Korean friend, he's just sticking to what would be a pretty standard English opening here. And an interesting choice on this map to go for the English here. Not a civilization that gets a whole bunch of bonuses for these small ponds. So obviously the Abbasid dynasty, they get a great bonus in that their docks are cheaper. So it makes it a lot easier for them to expand all over the map, take those ponds. We can see that his enemy's actually got 3 ponds that are very close towards his base, whereas Salami's got 2 that are close to his base, and then 1 that's kind of in the center. So still there's a bit of that RNG that's coming into this. You know what, if I'm playing the Chinese here, I might not be dropping a dock down here, but I might definitely think about a mill in the late game, or in the mid game rather. But it looks like so far everything is just going quite well for both of these players. Nothing too crazy. No mill coming down just yet for our English player. He's going very heavily on the water, and I'm curious to see where these guys stop. You know, whether they stop at 4 fishing boats, 5 fishing boats, 6 fishing boats. We can already see Annyeonghaseyo going to be going up to 5 fishing boats. But I feel like with this, because you've got to remember with the shoreline fish, they do not regenerate. So you don't really have a long time with them. So I think 5 fishing boats is probably about the optimal amount. But I guess, you know, each to their own. Salami is also going to be going for 5 fishing boats over here. Also got the villager working on this. Now, for me, the way I'd be thinking about it, if you're playing Ancient Spires, you got it on the quick match server, or on the quick match ladder, you'd probably want to pull that villager back from there. Ideally, you want to leave all the resources that are in this pond for those fishing boats, allow them to last as long as possible. That would be my thinking there. Over on the south side, though, it does look like Salami has begun working towards that big fishing economy. So it's going to be, he's got plenty of fishing boats out already. So 5 on this north side pond. He's got 2 with a 3rd one about to come out. And I'm curious as to whether Annyeonghaseyo has scouted that out. Looks like he's going to be able to spot it now. Indeed does spot it. He comes down, brings out the torch. Scout could be coming out. He's got a villager here as well, so he could look to execute a couple of these sheep here if he's not careful. Salami, known for his curious plays, could look to pull one out here. Instead, that scout going to be heading home, realizing that, you know what, there's probably not too much that you can do down there, and indeed, you are correct. House of Wisdom now going to be coming down for Salami in the back of his base. We do hear the age up coming down on the other side of the map as well. And it is going to be the Council Hall, so no Abbey of the Kings shenanigan, or Abbey of the Kings? Yeah, Abbey of Kings shenanigans today. It is just going to be the standard age up coming through the Council Hall. Over on the other side, the House of Wisdom has gone up, and I'm curious to see what direction he goes, whether we see Culture Wing into Military Wing, or whether it's just going to be that normal Economic Wing that we do very typically see. It's got to be the Economic Wing. You can tell already by the fact he's put down the stone outcropping. And I'm not going to click on it. I'm not going to look at it, but I suspect you're going to see, yeah, there it is already. That is going to be the Economic Wing coming up right now for Salami. So Salami going to be looking at an age up of about, what, about 7 minutes, I think. These bad boys take an hour and 45 minutes, a minute and 45 seconds, rather, to get up. So he's going to be aging up about 7 minutes, so a little bit late there, but he does have the double dock. Compare that over to our Korean friend, and he's going to be aging up pretty damn quickly. We already begin to see a villager moving out, just so typically. Boar trying to get lured here onto that scout, but he's got to be careful because he might have lured it onto his own villager. Villager definitely going to take a big hit right there. The boar doing 15 damage, and that's going to save him so much time with the scout. So Anyong Asio trying to be cute, but unfortunately, it's going to result in a dead villager, I suspect, as that next villager from Salami is going to be moving out here as well. And going to be looking to get in on some stabby. Scout going to be trying his best to stay alive. You can see the villager going to be forced back. I think he might be able to keep this villager alive. Never mind, don't mind me, guys. Villager does go down. Outpost remains up, but we hear a second villager is out and about coming across this map. So Anyong Asio going to be looking to try and be aggressive at this early stage in the game. Age up has come through. Where does he go from here? It's just going to be longbows as well as a barrack. So looks like some heavy age 2 player going to be coming out from our English player today. We'll tune back in over with Salami and see what direction he's going to be going, but I suspect it's probably going to be double stable into an archery range, maybe even a single stable into an archery range. But typically against the English, when you've got this kind of economy going down absolutely ham, you can be pretty safely assured that... Oh, is that... Oh my god, the wolf is still attacking him as well. Oh, that's terrible right now. Oh, the wolf... Oh, but the wolf bugged out, but never mind, the wolf started attacking again. So for not clearing that wolf, he's going to lose so much life and going to be losing a second villager as well. We'll check in with Salami and see how he goes. A single stable going to be going down for now. He's also working towards that second town center. Don't forget about that bad boy. Outpost going to be coming down here instead. Wolf just resets. Wolf just doesn't even mind it. He doesn't. He's like, I'm fine. Don't mind me. Villager did go down. With that scout going to go down. You can see him trying to lure that boar. Boar not going to be lured though. Not going to be taking that one away. Villager going to get forced back from here. I suspect that this outpost is probably going to be lost on this position. Wolf going to be coming in once again, looking to cause some havoc over on this east side of the map. Anyong Asio going to be looking to defend, and it looks like that outpost is not going to be getting up. So 2 outposts unsuccessfully erected over on this west or this south side of the map. 4 fishing boats at the moment for Salami, but over towards the middle, he's expanding once again. It's going to be 3 fishing boats out here, but down towards the south side, we can see every single pond is almost taken. Now, there's only one that's not yet taken, but this is part of the reason why I like this new Ancient Spires, because you know what you're getting yourself into. You know that any pond that you invest into is going to 100% have those 5 fish in it. So if you know that, then you can commit. You can say, all right, well, I know there's going to be 5 fish, so I know I can commit, you know, a dock and 5 fishing boats to it. And as a result, it makes it very easy. Look at the damage that comes out onto that fishing boat. Things not looking good for him right now. Spearman also going to be marching in. Double stable, as well as an archery range. There's going to be 2 archery ranges coming out here for Salami. He's got plenty of resources in the bank. Enough stone to throw down a town center. Enough gold to almost go to the next stage. He's doing a bit of a bit of everything. Remember, at the same time, he's also going to be beginning to mass up those units. The consequence of late age ups right now is that it's just going to be a little bit delayed on getting these up. We saw our English player getting up very, very early to that second age. I say very early, within the context of these Ancient Spire games. But we'll check back in over on the banks back home and see how he's doing. It's just going to be a pretty standard thing. You know, I remember watching Don Artie games playing the English, and he'd have a single barracks and a council hall at like 15 minutes into the game. And it's absolutely wild that you can just get away with only 3 production buildings in the early stages of these games. But Archer's now looking to come out for Aminadiel, aka Salami. He's lost this pond down to the south, but he has begun to take the pond to the north. Speaking of up towards the north, we do see a mill coming down on these shoreline fish. So he's coming out nice and early, looking to take these down. They're a food source, and hey, you might as well take them. Obviously, you've always got the option for farms, but when they gather so damn fast, it makes sense to try and take them. Villager, once again, going to be going down. We'll do a bit of a stock take. 43 at the moment for Salami, 40 for our Korean friend. So at this point in time, economy's pretty even. Military definitely in the advantage of our English player. And Salami looking to hold on. Going to be adding in even more archery ranges right now. So it's going to be a total of 3 archery ranges, 2 stables, and just a single dock on that back pond. You can see he's got all of the fishing boats working out together here on that shoreline fish. He's still got one more out there, but he started, what, 2 minutes into this game, 1 minute into this game with the fishing, and now we're at 10 minutes. And it's slowly but steadily working its way down. Looking to hold on in this position. Scouts moving out. We're right on board with our Korean friend and see how he's doing. As his forces move back towards his base, he's going to be doing a bit of an age up here. I love this play from him. A little bit of a semi-FC. Something that we don't see a whole lot of. And I think as the English on a map like this, it's definitely going to make a lot of sense. Villager now getting under attack by that wolf. Going to be able to... Don't bug out, Villager. There we go. Villager fine. And age up going to be coming through. So I suspect it's going to be the King's Palace for him. We'll check and see where he places it. Indeed, it is going to be the King's Palace. It's going to be coming down on the gold mine. 13 villagers tapping away that bad boy. So nice little timing window he's found here. So I would imagine from here, he's just going to look to drop down triple stable. 1-2 stable, and then go into heavy knights. But on a map like this, it is a map that's quite easy to wall off, so knights not going to be as prevalent, as powerful as they are on those open maps like Dry Arabia, High View, Lipany, all those sorts of maps. But now Villager coming down towards the south side. No arrow slits just yet on this outpost. Plenty of production in the base here for Salami. He's not yet thinking about aging up himself. He's got enough resources to drop that second town center. But a little bit of a push on that north side himself. So he senses that there is a timing right now for him to begin attacking his enemy. But he's going to run into a little bit of a problem. Those walls are very strong, very steady. He spots out the villagers towards the north. He's going to have to fall back from this position. And young Asio doesn't even realize at this point. He's only just heading back with the units now with the scout. He's going to spot that. Villagers going to get caught. 1, 2, 3 villagers might go down here. Indeed, it looks like actually all 5 villagers will go down. So unfortunately not making it towards that palisade gate. So the consequence of having them out behind that wall. But we do indeed see 3 stables are dropped down here from our Korean friend, and he's heading straight into knights. A lot of villagers down here on gold. Beautiful. I gotta say, I absolutely love this new camera angle. Doesn't the game look so much better from this new camera angle? I am really starting to fall in love with this. So big hats off to the devs right now. These guys have done amazing work. Just working out exactly where the camera needed to go. They've done a great job with it, and now we start to see another barracks coming down. Plenty of knights also looking to come out for our English player. Blacksmith going to be going down. Nothing actually researched in that blacksmith, despite it being up. Battering rams also going to be coming out for Salami here as well. Do we see any age ups coming through? Nothing just yet. So really hard committing to this feudal age play. Second town center. Where is that second town center? The second town center just coming up now. I saw all the resources being spent. But Salami just hard committing to a feudal age push right now. It is absolutely big, a menacing push. Interestingly, went for no camels, but I guess that makes sense because he's gone for battering rams as the Abbasid dynasty. Something that you do want to do. Plenty of gold in the bank as well, which is going to mean upgrades could be a thing that he begins to think about. Obviously, feudal, so he's going to be wanting to go towards castle. But he's just going to continue to work on his enemy and slowly but steadily take him down. Veteran longbowman going to be coming in here. The knight numbers still looking quite small. Nothing too good about that just yet. We'll see how he goes because he's got more knights in the queue at the moment, and we see the early men at arms still yet to be researched. So actually, I take that back. He's gotten the feudal age upgrade, but now those knights gonna be careful to run in. We'll head into our cinematic mode so we can get a bit of an idea exactly what's going on. Do a nice little bit of a pan there for you guys. The longbowman definitely getting chased back by the horseman. A little bit of a screen just gonna get completely eaten. And now those knights just trying to work it down. You can see the town center just firing off towards those units on the backside. But now towards the farms, we do see a couple of those archers face tanking the knights. And now the knight's going to be coming out. I suspect it's going to be a little bit of a cleanup here for our English player. Things looking really good for him, despite losing out a fair decent chunk of his mass that he had, but does clean up Salami. Salami gets up, or his opponent gets up to age 3. Salami's still stuck behind in age 2, but I would suspect that Salami will be aging up very, very shortly. We'll check in with him and see how he's doing. Indeed it is. It's going to be the culture wing that he goes with. More reinforcements continue coming in. He's begun switching to camel archers now. So a smart decision, but those battering rams are going to continue working their way down. And we can see the new change to the battering rams and to siege, the way that they work. The men-at-arms attacking their way through those battering rams quite physically, as well as the knights all doing the same thing. So no torches coming out for those bad boys. Villagers will still pick up their torches. They're not going to be stabbing the battering rams with their daggers. But at this point in time, I feel like Anyong Asio is actually doing a pretty decent job of just holding. I like the way that he's playing it. The one issue that he's got is food economy as well as his wood. He's only got 6 villages on wood. He's managed to put down some houses, but in this position, all he really needs to do is just spam out a whole bunch of knights and start looking to raid Salami. So find those resource locations. You know, there's a gold mine down here. Hit that gold mine. You know, up towards the north, there's another gold mine. You know, try and idle out the villages underneath the town center here. Let's look to see how he plays it. Knights coming in towards this outpost. He's heading just straight for these forces. Going to get some decent charges off. Look at the smoke that comes out now. So we got some new decals, I guess you'd call it, or new effects coming out when the Knights hit a successful charge. Smoke comes out like a nest of bees would be firing. These things just absolutely taking names right now. But the Knights now moving towards that wood line. Going to be able to catch a couple of villagers. No, sorry, Bob. They're not going to be able to catch any villagers. They just look towards that stable instead. Town center going to be firing off towards the Knights. Villagers jumping inside. There's 20 villagers. One of the recent changes is now that the town center, but essentially it didn't have enough weapon slots before. It would only have up to 13 weapon slots. And so it meant if you garrison 20 villagers inside the town center, or 13, you had no noticeable difference in the damage that they output. But now, with the most recent change, it actually means that you get an extra 7 arrows in there. And when you've got +1, that means that you're doing an extra +1 damage to these Knights. You're machine gunning those bad boys down. That's like an extra 14, an extra 21 damage that is coming out onto those Knights. And that makes a big difference. So great change there from the devs. In the middle of the map, we see Salami continuing just to take out all of these fish. Up towards the north, fish remain idle. Down towards the south side, fish still being collected. And I think this is great. You know, it's the perfect amount of resources. I think any more than this, and that's when it starts to get worrisome. Anything less than this, and it starts to not feel as good as what it should. But I definitely love the way that this map plays out. The new Ancient Spires is 100% on point. And now Salami gonna have to fall back away from those men-at-arms. We'll ride on board with our English player and see how he's doing as he drops down a monastery in the base and starts to look towards a potential Imperial Age. He's got more than enough resources here and population space to drop down, you know, or to go for men-at-arms and to go for knights. But he's not doing that. Okay, never mind. There we go. A brief lapse in attention, I suspect. But interestingly, no crossbows coming out just yet. One of the suggestions that was made to buff up the English Castle Age was to actually give Council Halls the ability to make the crossbowmen as well. And I think that would be a great change, but one of the things that it would do is further pigeonhole the English into this landmark. Already the Council Hall is considered to be such a strong landmark compared to its counterpart, the Abbey of Kings. And that would only make it even stronger, but it would definitely give a little bit more bite to the English Castle Age, because it would mean right now that Anyong Asio could actually be making, could be making those crossbows, and 100% he would. I guarantee you he would, but you can see that he's struggling at the moment with regard to his wood, and so it makes it a lot more difficult to find the space or find the resources, find the time for those archery ranges. Some charges coming in for Salami. He's going to be able to clean up a couple more knights. Imam heading out towards the relic, but the knights do get cleaned up before the Imam picks up the relic. There we go. So one going to be coming in. We'll check in on the map. There's 2, 3, 4 out on the map still. Central one going to get picked up by Anyong Asio. Down towards the south. It's still yet to be taken. As well as this one a little bit closer to Salami's home. We'll do a bit of a stock take and see where these players are at with regard to villager counts. 77 for Salami, 71 for our English player. So a little bit behind, but obviously a lot of that is going to be fishing boats as well. He's deleted all the fishing boats in this central pond. He doesn't need it anymore. I'd love to see like a galley or something come out, like a Hulk. Can you imagine just a Hulk, a defensive Hulk here? You know, force your enemy to make springwoods or something like that. Just be super annoying. Looks like an outpost was going up in the middle of the map on this sacred site. The villager does get taken out. And now those fishing boats going to continue gathering those up. We hear the sacred site being taken. Knights getting off a decent charge. There's a lot of knights here right now for Salami. He's going to find plenty of space here to operate. You can see the camels on the back looking to take out or any of those spearmen. Not really focusing them down. Veteran spearmen coming in at the perfect time. The upgrade coming through. But the men-at-arms just looking to try and fight down all of these lancers. 8 lancers remain. And Salami looking like he might get cleaned up here. Unfortunately, no crossbows are going to be helping out our English players, but it looks like the camels just moved down towards the south. More relics getting picked up. So that's going to be 2, 3 relics in total for our English player. We can see he's already picked up that first one, second one on the way back in, third one about to get picked up now as the monk moves down towards that last relic. Now, remember, there's been a whole bunch of changes to the monks in the most recent the most recent patch. So most notably, they've reduced the amount of time that it takes to train them, so from 45 seconds down to 30, and they've also increased hold on, have they increased herbal medicine? I don't think they've increased. I think they just reduced the cost of herbal medicine to 275. So they want to start making herbal medicine happen for a lot more players. So I think that's a pretty smart move from them to do that. Make it a little bit more viable. 5 barracks now going to be coming out from Salami. He's looking to solidify his position in the castle age. But it could potentially be an Imperial Age that he's going through for as well. We can see he's definitely macroing in that direction, but he wouldn't be the only player, as our Korean friend over towards the west of the map is thinking about it as well. We do see a keep go up. Now, one of the big changes that happened to keeps is that they now cost stone to repair. And as a result, it means landmarks that act as keeps, requiring wood, are a little bit stronger, because now you can actually repair them just with wood. And so it really makes, you know, English landmarks like the White Tower, the Berkshire Palace, a little bit stronger than what they were before. It's a decent change. I'm curious to see how it plays out, because in addition to that, there's been a whole bunch of other changes that have come through for stone. So as an example, stone outcroppings have gone from 3k down to 2.4k. We've seen the large ones drop down, as well as the smaller ones go down from 1500 to 1200 now. So there's not a lot of stone left on this map. You're going to have to be a bit more thoughtful about where you place those keeps, and not just going to be able to place them willy-nilly absolutely everywhere. And you know what? Maybe that's a good idea. You know, one of the things that you got to remember about us humans is we don't like change. So anything that you know, sort of changes what we're used to, changes away what we like, well, we don't really like that, do we? But look, perhaps it's a better thing for the game. Perhaps it makes it a little bit healthier. It looks like our Korean friend is going to be dropping down the Wingard Palace instead of going for that Berkshire Palace. So going to be looking to potentially get into one of those new Wingard armies. So you guys will know that there is a whole bunch of new armies that are available to the English. So in addition to that Wingard army, which provides the trebuchet, they've also got access to, I think it's the Wingard Rangers, which gives them 3 longbows and 3 crossbows, and then the Wingard Raiders, but let's go with that, which is 3 knights and 3 horsemen. So it's very interesting the way that they can now play, but we do see Boiling Oil is coming in. Salami got to be careful in this position. I'm curious as to what direction he goes. It looks like it's going to be mangonels. You can see a bit of a graphical error coming through as the boats get deleted and actually go through the map. That's what that is. The boats going through the map. And young Asio now reaching Imperial Age. Let's take a look and see what direction he goes. So he's got the option to go for the Wingard Raiders or the Wingard Rangers. I think I was right? Yeah, I think I called that. We do see enclosures coming through. So very, very, very smart to move on to that text straight away. But with the Wingard Palace, it looks like it's just going to be the Wingard army that he's going to be going for. So not going into the Rangers. Oh, I take that back. It's 3 crossbows and 3 hand cannoneers. That's pretty decent, man. That is damn good. And we also see the Wingard Riders, which is the Horsemen and the Knights, yes. So I feel like that is insanely good, the Wingard Rangers. 100 gold for that as well. Like, sure. Jeez Louise. Now, interestingly, 2 sacred sites on this map. So this was actually changed quite a long time ago. About 6 months ago, I think they reverted it from 3 sacred sites to 2 sacred sites. But it's interesting to see where they spawn, because they definitely spawned a little bit closer to Salami. You've got this one in the middle of the map, and then this one, which is just very close to Salami. Whereas I feel like there should be a 3rd sacred site on this side of the map, and it just didn't spawn. So I don't know whether that was a little bit of an oversight by the developers. Maybe that was just something that they forgot about, didn't consider. There's a lot of different possibilities, but we do see battering rams coming out in quite a lot of force here for Salami. So he could be looking to go for a bit of a push in here. Plenty of units out for his opponent. Do we see any elite upgrades coming through? We've got elite men-at-arms coming through. How many men-at-arms have we got out on the field here? We've only got 13. Trebuchet going to be coming out. Bit of a fight going to begin to unfold. We'll head into the cinematic mode, as it looks like Salami may be intent on taking down this position. He's captured all the sacred sites, but in addition to holding them, he's going to be a bit aggressive here. Longbows on the backside, things starting to look good. Look how far out we can zoom right now. Isn't this just absolutely beautiful? Thank you very much to the developers. This is everything I've ever wanted in a camera. And geez Louise, isn't Salami cleaning house right now? Holy moly. I can't believe the amount of damage he's putting out here. The Knights on the front line, the Camel Archers on the backside, the battering rams continuing to come through, and we see that Trebuchet looking to take down that keeper. Remember, it's going to cost stone if you want to repair that bad boy up. Outpost coming up as well in the center, providing that line of sight. And now those Knights just getting completely destroyed. Look at the Lancers, the way they come out. This might be a good game right here. he's going to be able to hold him in this position. Remember, he's going to have to work back towards that potential sacred site because he needs to take that bad boy out. Now, he's got all the tools that he needs for it. The problem's going to be that there's no walls up in this central location, so it means that... Actually, I just realized he's not able to walk over this. You can see that he's intently going around it. Keep going to be doubtful for coming up here. And with this, if he gets through onto the production, it might as well just be good game, because once these units come out, they're just going to get completely eaten alive, and that's exactly what happens. Salami in a great spot, and good game gets called. Salami going to be victorious here, taking out our Korean friend and showing us how the new Ancient Spires is done. Fellas, if you've enjoyed this casted game, well, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I tell you what, there's going to be plenty more of this content coming up. Season 2 for Age of Empires 4 has just released, and I'm incredibly excited to be here for it.